as young men on self improvement, we often have our egos inflated. And this is because we just found the most life changing process that probably ever existed. And that's self improvement. With enough time, you start exercising, journaling, meditating, eating cleaner, working on your business, working on your career, earning way much more money. You don't fap or watch porn or spend time watching movies and series that don't really benefit or serve your time. You've made a lot of progress. You've experienced tremendous growth, and you finally have the sense of pride and accomplishment that you actually deserve because you've been putting in that work day in and day out for months and maybe even for like a year or a couple of years. And then you look around, maybe you even look behind. Most people are still the same, especially the people around you, because they're probably most likely just not on self improvement, unfortunately. And they're probably the same people, maybe even worse. They still partake in casual sex, meaning relationships, eat more junk food, more scrolling on Instagram and TikTok, continually just fry their dopamine receptors and just like 9 second attention spans. You don't identify yourself as one of them anymore. Especially since it's extremely hard to get your friends with self improvement. Especially I've tried and like maybe you've tried as well. It's extremely difficult because like it's sort of like a personal journey. They should be able to really want to do it as well. Especially to the same intensity you're doing it, like working out extremely hard, meditating consistently, maybe even starting a YouTube channel and like uploading some videos. So they've got to want it as well. So you don't really identify yourself as one of them anymore, especially if you guys are not really even like on the same level of self improvement. And you know, I've been in the stage, and just recently, and maybe like a couple of weeks ago, I was watching the Modern Wisdom podcast, and Alex Hormozy was the guest, and he was speaking about one of the companies that he was working with, and the CEO of that company was speaking about another rival company and how that company has like they can't compete with them, how they basically like suck and stuff like that. And Alex Hormozy just told him like, why would you ever think like that? Why would you underestimate them? Like it has no benefit for you. And I was like, man, like I linked that concept, what he was trying to speak about, to this quotes that I really love from Andrew Tate, which is why have thoughts that don't serve you. And it blinked to me, I'm just like, there's no real benefit in looking down on other people. Like to this extent, like there's no real benefit. And then I was reading there's this wonderful quote that I love from I read it from How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And it was a quote from Emerson, and it says, in my walks, every man I meet is my superior in some way, and in that I learn from him. Bro, that's just like a far better lens to look through. Like a far better lens to look through. Like that's where you could experience some ultimate growth, since we know that for a fact we know that humility is extremely important to grow. You've got to know that there's some people better than you. And there even maybe even some people worse than you, but you can still learn from them too. Like that's when you can just like you just keep yourself like in a way like humble but still somehow remain confident. It's hard to balance this, I won't lie. But like if you could reach that like sort of like the that level of tier, like you could experience some extreme like tremendous growth when you try to learn from the people who aren't even on self-improvement. You see them as competition. The people who aren't even on self-improvement, the people who aren't even working out or meditating or working on their business or thinking about their future, like you see them as competition. You still run faster thinking about them. Of course, we still need the sense of like accomplishment and pride that we feel in ourselves for doing all this work. But you aren't perfect, Big Shot. Like you aren't perfect. They could beat you. Honestly, they could beat you. I'll say that again. They could beat you. There was a time that you weren't on self improvement. Like they could also get on self improvement. Like let's not forget that. But they could honestly beat you. And if you keeping that thought, because like thinking that they could actually beat you, that's what's actually gonna push you forward to work harder, improve quicker, think smarter, and just keep on pushing on longer. It's really easy to get complacent when you think like you've done it all and you're better than everybody else. Because there's some killers out there who see you as competition and you aren't even on their level. Like you aren't even close to their level, but they see you as competition because they won't leave you any room or any chance for you to overtake them. That's how ruthless they are. So we need to have thoughts that serve us, and I think it's far better to think that even the people who aren't even on self improvement, and especially the people who are seriously on self improvement, that we can don't underestimate them and actually maybe like try to pick out some positives from them, think better about them, and use that to improve your growth. We need to pop this inflated ego of ours, and it's going to take some time, honestly. It's going to be you're going to have to train your brain manually, start putting in these thoughts. But like everything on self improvement, it takes time, and we'll make it through. So thank you guys for this wonderful video. I hope you gained tremendous value. Keep improving.